Hello everyone! Welcome to Society Sunlit Valley. This is episode 28 of our Let's Play series for Minecraft Java. And in this episode, we are going to be working with Create. Oh, I heard all that groaning. You don't dislike Create. You know you don't. Create is actually a really easy mod. And it's not really technically a tech mod. It just uses basic understanding of how things work. It's not complicated, so don't be scared, okay? We are going to do this. We're going to do it together, and I promise I'm not going to skip over anything. That way you guys finally learn everything you need to know, okay? Also, something amazing just happened. So, you know how I said you guys needed to go fishing, get that summer fish done? Well, I went fishing and I got it done. And all these blank spots were Neptunium chests that I had fished up. So we got 7 ingots, but I found out that when I went to mine up the chests to put them away, instead, it gave me prismatic shards for every single chest. Do you know what that means? Do you have any idea what that means? All these chests that we were holding back for no apparent reason. It means that we can get prismatic shards from each and every one of them. Tell me that isn't uber. So we were saving them this entire time for, I was always thinking, you know, oh, well, maybe I want to use them for decoration or something. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we saved them now. Because now we have a whole bunch of prismatic shards. And apparently they're kind of difficult to come by. So I'm going to have to add this to the tips section so that you guys know early on about this. Okay, so look at all the prismatic shards we just got. OMG, that's a lot. Okay, so awesome. So we went from 1, because we only had 1, to 38. Wowza bedowzas. That's awesome. Isn't that awesome, Infernicus? Okay, so you'll have to pardon me for half a second because I have to square these fish away. I didn't want you guys to miss out on that because that was just like amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. So we got to take all these downstairs and we need to open these up real quick. Stick these in here. I'll eventually open them. I opened up a whole bunch of them, but now we have like a gazillion furniture and I have no idea what to do with all of it. If I would have known we were going to be getting furniture like that, I would have built a mansion. Just a giant freaking mansion. But I was thinking I was going to be all cutesy and stuff and make a hobbit hole, right? That's okay. The best laid plans, right? The best laid plans. Alright. Open these up. Ooh, it gave us a lot of stuff. We got another sniffer egg, which I have a place for the sniffers now. I just haven't done it yet. We have another pristine. We have some diamonds. An artifact trove. And it gave us a glitched VHS tape. What on earth? Okay. Get that to dupin. Dupin loopin. Stick that in the money. Money, honey. I am so excited. We are going to have so much fun, you guys. You'll see. We're going to have a good time. You guys are going to be like, oh, Create's not as hard as I thought it was. Just gotta grab these real quick. Because, you know, Create really isn't that hard. crate gets a bad rap. It's not hard, really. Honest, I promise it isn't. Once you wrap your head around how it works, it's not hard. Not hard at all. Okay, so we need to grab these real quick because the corn loads them back up. I've just been doing the corn because we're full of corn. We have so much corn, guys. So I've just been making corn preserves out of them, and then we can use the corn preserves to make mash. So it's a win-win situation. And then the little bit I have left over, I just chunk it into the cell bin. Chunk. Oh, we actually got some gold potatoes, which is pretty cool. So I think that's it for the fish. Put this in there. I wasn't going to start the video until I had all this stuff done, but then that happened and I was like, oh, right, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. They have to see this because it's the most amazing thing in the world. All right, so make up a bunch of these, please. And our tomatoes and our preserves. We could probably get our preserves started again. It looks like we need some bottles and we need some mushies. So you just put the preserves and the mushies in there and then it makes that vinegar plus this organic mash. So the organic mash is used for quite a lot of stuff, guys. So you want to get some of it going. And the best way, I'm telling you, is the corn. Super easy. It grows all year round because of the beach. So I'm telling you, it's a win-win. Absolutely, positively a win-win. So I'm wondering, you know, this tobacco stuff, I wonder if we could like dry it out and like get a hobbit pipe and like be all like shireen, you know, just like get like a bench or something and just like sit out watching the sun go down, smoking our pipe, just kind of shireen, kicking back, you know. That would be really cool. Okie dokies. Alright, so let's talk about the stuff I did off camera because I have been busy. You know me, busy bee. It's not completely decorated and stuff, but you know, it's a work in progress. I'm gonna make this go even further that way, but so that's, I didn't do the wall. But I expanded how big this is. I'm gonna make our bedroom a little bit bigger, and these are our new pens, right? And I separated the animals out. I told you guys about Robert, didn't I? I don't remember if I did. I found Robert when I was out about. So, and I put Maybill and Bulrush in with him. And this guy, it turns out that this guy, Shivers, did not like being in with the other animals. Now, I got Shivers in the Skull Cavern, in the ice area. He was just in there, I don't know. So I grabbed him with our lasso. So let me show you this. I bought this from the see that? I bought this from the shepherd. It was a little expensive, but now I can pick animals up and I can transport them with the lasso and I don't have to worry about stuff. So it makes it a lot easier. Just showing you guys. So anyway, Shivers requires ice and snow around him, otherwise it gets really unhappy. And you could tell if someone's happy or not by using the little mood scanner on him. So let me show you. See that? Remember the mood scanner? That do 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 do. Okay. So it tells him the mood. Now, when I was using it on him before, he was in with the other pigs. It said that he wasn't very happy because he wasn't with a bunch of blocks that were cold. So I was like, oh, all right. Now, this guy is a little bit dissatisfied because he's not in with regular with cows like him. So, you know, he's in with the regular cows, so he's not too awfully keen on that, but it's not super detrimental, right? It's not like super. I also found out that if you don't pet the animals at least semi-often, they kind of get sad, so you don't want that, right? So you need to make an effort. You need to make an effort to come and at least, you know, give them a good scratch, right? I know people get busy and all that, but you're not necessarily gathering stuff from them, really, unless you want to. You just need to give them a scratch every now and then so they know you love them, right? I mean, you work so hard to get your animals to trust you and everything. You don't want to lose that, right? You don't want to lose that. So it's a small price to pay. You just got to come and do it every now and then. Give them a good scratch. All right, let's go ahead and dump this stuff in here. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to have to start selling the eggs. I'm almost there. Okay, so I showed you that expansion that we did, right? So now I'm going to show you the other expansion. And when you see it, you're going to be like, oh. But it's not like it seems. Like, we're going to put walls up and stuff like that. So don't freak out on me here. We're going to put walls up and stuff like that, but I haven't figured out exactly where everything's going to go yet. So, okay, so the first thing to note is, oh man, all our tappers are done. The first thing to note is that I have put up the acacia with tree taps on it, which I told you guys you needed to do, so I hope you did it. Now, I couldn't figure out why the trees weren't growing because, I don't know, I had a lot of things on my mind and I have not been feeling very well for the last couple of days. So it didn't even dawn on me. That's why the note was in the video that, oh, look, they require the summer or the beach to grow. I couldn't figure out why the acacias weren't growing because, you know, I wasn't feeling well, like I said, so my head wasn't really in the right place. And so I made a trek to find a savanna biome, and I got a whole bunch of acacia from it, which in hindsight I really didn't need to do, and I didn't realize it until after the fact. But yeah, that's why I put the note in the video that they have to have a summer climate to grow. So, but anyway, I got the acacia. It doesn't really matter how you get it, right? As long as you get it. And I put up the tree taps. These tree taps cycle very fast. It's like really, really quickly that they cycle. So, we don't need to tap them right this very second. Alright, so let me show you what I did. This is the new area. All of our mechanisms and stuff are going to be right out in this area right here, so it's nice and contained. Now I know this looks ginormous, and it is, but we're going to have a lot of stuff in here, guys. So this is where we're going to have our automation. So I have decided that trying to revolutionize the upstairs is probably not going to work out very well. So, I am going to do it all here. We're going to leave everything that we have manual where it's at right now. And we're going to put all the automated stuff on this level. Now, I'm going to do this because I still want to have the manual option there. But I want to go through everything and show you guys how to do all of it so that you can automate stuff too. So what we're going to do in this area is we're going to have a medium-sized automated farm for crops. I may or may not put greenhouse glass above it. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. I might just let it roll with the punches on the seasons. We're going to have some automated tree tappers and things like that down here. I am going to get a couple of animals, I think, specifically for automation, maybe. I haven't decided yet. The whole idea of a sheep just standing in a pen while you get its wool just kind of, I don't know. I don't like it. It seems very mean, and I just don't like it. So we may or may not do that. We'll see. Okay. I think some automation we could hook up to what we currently have would be beneficial on the chickens and the geese and the ducks, because I need a way to empty the nests out. That doesn't hurt anybody, but the eggs start gathering and we could just be selling those, right? So anyway, that's why this is so big, and we'll be able to put walls up and stuff and decorate it and everything. And it's gonna look great, but we need to have the room, especially for the automation of the crops. We need to have that. We need to have room for that. So that's my whole idea on that. And of course, we're going to have a boiler and stuff like that. And we're going to have to get everything started. So I think we're going to do it like over here-ish. I kind of want to have the boiler like right over here. So I think we're going to start the water wheels right along this wall. And we'll start it right here and we'll go that way with it. And then we'll have the boiler once we have the stuff for that. And it's going to be great. You'll see. And we're going to have all the stuff, the conveniences up here. We're going to have the press and everything. All of it right here. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do all of it. I'm going to explain it to you. And once we get things going... How on earth did I end up with all of these guys? I have so many of them, and they just keep making more. You know, some of them have names on them, and then like we get new ones and they don't have a name. There are so many of them though. Look at this. This is crazy. There's so many. They're like multiplying or something. I don't know. But anyway, so what we're going to be doing is going to require us to learn a little bit. What did I just do? Okay, I just did something. That's not good. That's not good. We turned it into a treated log. Give me this. And give me this. There's not currently a tree tapper on that log, so we'll just replace it, and then I'll go and get some that was oak that we replaced, so I'll just go get a thing of oak and fix that after we're done with the episode. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Hopefully I won't forget. Okay, so these things right here shoot out tons of this stuff. See that? It's the sap. It's like a lot. So do not worry about getting it constantly until you need to, because there's a lot of it there and storage and all that. Okay. All right. So let's go take this stuff upstairs and deposit the fish, and then we're going to get busy on making some create stuff. Sounds like a plan, right? Sounds like a plan to me. So I actually have an ask for the Modpack maker. which is kind of unusual for me. I don't usually do that kind of thing. But the quest for the abandoned farm requires you to have these, where are they? These guys. You need the gold ones. I think that if you successfully get the silver ones or the purple ones, you should probably be able to tier these up or tier these down. So for one gold one, it would take 3 silver ones, right? And then these you would be able to down tier them. So one of these would equal 2 gold or something like that. I was just thinking about it. I do actually have enough Neptunium to do the quest for the abandoned. But I was just thinking that that would be good for some people who don't. So, because it is all luck on what you get. But anyway, anywho's, it was just my thought on that. So this stuff in our inventory we're gonna sell, and then the other stuff we're gonna keep. And we have this treated log. That was an oopsie. I'll just put this to the side in my backpack. That way I remember we're going to do it. All right. We are ready to boogie now. So the first thing we got to do is we're going to come on down here to the create thing. They have a create thing, right? Equipment, building, mechanical. All right. So industrial rubber. We got that, but we don't have the rubber. So we need to smelt this. So let's go ahead and get some smelting stuff done. Because apparently we're going to need like a whole bunch of this stuff, right? So this stuff is used for all kinds of stuff, dude. You can use for fertilizer, the really good stuff. The tree fertilizer, which is really awesome. But we also need it for the rubber, and the rubber is used for just everything. And they've got pipes in this, so that's excellent. I am so glad we're going to be getting into pipes, because it's going to make some of this stuff a lot easier. So apparently you can make a whole bunch of weird stuff with it. Pool noodle. So there's our mechanical belts. A juice inserter inserts juice fluids into fermenting barrels. Fluids must be pumped directly into this tank. Okay. Spout, funnel. You have to do it till you have to make the glue with it. So the rubber is like really important for just about everything, guys. Okay. So we're going to let that smelt up and get us a whole bunch of rubber. And while we're doing that, we need to start making this other stuff. Let me pick this up real quick so it completes the quest. Thank you. Alright, so we did that. It gives us some more tree tappers, which we don't really need right now. So we'll be putting those, I guess, over here. And it's going to want us to make some belts and a funnel. So we need to make some andesite alloy. So that's the first thing that we're going to be getting done. So it requires iron coins, because of course it does. So let's go ahead and get out our andesite. Our andesite. Because everything in this mod pack costs money. Alright. Get out some coinage. Okie dokies. And then we'll just do that, and boof, and boof, and boof. And there we go. We have a whole bunch of andesite alloy. Andesite alloy is super important. So the very first thing that we have to do is get some logs. And it doesn't really matter what kind of logs you use. You can use whatever you want. Like these are apple logs. I got some spruce logs, chestnut logs. You can use whatever logs you want to use, okay? That's all the same. So you come downstairs and you're going to come over to your cutting board and you're going to get out your axe. And we can't cut that. Why cannot we cut that? I don't understand why we can't do that. Guess it's not configured. All right, well, can I cut that? Okay. Not configured. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it just is like that. That just means that we'll have to do it manually. That's not that big of a deal, but we don't really have a whole lot of room. So let's let's do it over here on the sand. That sounds good. We'll do that. So basically what it means is you've got to scrape these by hand, okay? I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, is it? But they are not normal wood, so it might not even work. We're gonna give it a shot though. It turns it into an oak log, so it should work. We're just not getting the bark. So once you've got them stripped down, then you're gonna put andesite alloy on them, and this is what's going to make your casings. Casings are really important to make stuff with, okay? So you got to have a whole bunch of them. So we're going to be making casings for all the tree logs that we just got. We don't have any lack of andesite, so it's perfectly fine. We're going to use up as much as we need to use up. And then you just strip them. Like that, and then you're going to convert them. Just like that. Doing good, doing good. So the next couple of episodes we're going to be doing create stuff. I'd like to get most of it covered. Oh shoot, why are you doing that? I didn't mean to do that. My bad, my bad. I was supposed to put the stuff on it. We're going to be doing create in the next couple of episodes. I want to cover all of it. I want you guys to know exactly how to do stuff. It's really important. I don't want you to get scared of it because create is your friend, okay? Create is the most vanilla type quote tech mod I think there probably is. in the biosphere of Minecraft. So it's really important for you guys to understand how to use it, because a lot of mod packs use it, especially Vanilla Plus mod packs, because it is very vanilla friendly. So when we're done, you guys are going to understand how to do pretty much, well, most of it anyways. Create can also be used to set up a lot of really neat stuff with Botania, and Botania is also in this pack. So Botania is pretty hard gated though, because it's so powerful. They don't want you to be able to just make whatever you want, right? They want you to have to work for everything. So I totally respect that. It's good that they did that, because people like me would have just been able to jump right through and start automating stuff, and well, where's the fun in that, right? So but by the time we're done, you guys are going to understand how to make your lives a lot easier, regardless of what mod pack you're playing, if it has Create in it. But like I said, these are optional. These are optional videos. This one, probably the next one, and maybe the next one after that are going to be optional. If you're just absolutely terrified of Create, I mean, you can probably skip, I guess. But I really don't think you should. Create's here, and it's going to be here for a really long time, apparently. So it's best to get over the fear factor and just learn how to use it. That way, you can start benefiting from its power, because it is very powerful. Okay? If utilized properly. It can make a lot of tedious tasks really, really, really easy. I mean, I'm all for tedium to a point, but for instance, making bread dough, standing there clicking over and over again to insert the bread dough, or to insert the ingredients to make the dough, I mean, if you don't have to do it, then why do it, you know? Is basically how I feel about that. Alright, this will be the last go, and then we will go inside and make up some more andesite alloy and start making some shafts and some gears and some gearboxes. These are all the meat and potatoes of Create. You could think of it as the ingredients for your stews, okay? Alright, so we got a whole bunch of casings. So now we're good to go for that. And we can stick these casings in here for right now. Alright, we're going to need some more of this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then we're going to need 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go ahead and that, and that, this, and that. And there's that. And do this and that, and then like that. And we gotta get some more. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then just do this and do that. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of andesite casings. We've got a whole bunch of andesite alloy. So now what? Well, we need some wood. So we're gonna need some logs. Oh, What's the easiest to acquire? I don't know, man. Those apple trees really do produce a lot. We should probably plant some more. Probably. Okay, put that up. All right. So, first thing we want to make, right, is some shafts. So that's a shaft. Shaft goes like this. See that? There's our shafts. Gonna make a whole bunch of those. Whole bunch. Gonna keep some in here, and the rest of these are gonna be used to make doohickeys. So we need these cogs. So you're gonna make a whole bunch of those. You're gonna make 2 stacks. Then you're gonna recipe on the, or you're gonna use on the cog, and you want to make, well, I guess just clicking on it, you're gonna want to make this. So now we have a set of those. Should probably make another set of these cog wheels. Okay, so now we have that. So these are done. So we have 128 small cogs. You don't need as many large cogs, so just 64 of those. Okay, so now you're going to take 1 stack of the cogs and you're going to do this. You're going to put that there, and then this is going to make you 16 gearboxes, which is not that much. Trust me, that's not that much. So we're definitely gonna need more gearboxes. So let's use some of this, I guess. Chestnut. Hopefully it'll work. We'll test it. We shall test it. All right. So we've got to make another set of 64 of these. And then we need to make another set of these. So that's 32 gearboxes. Should probably aim for 64, to be honest. So that, and then this, and then we can do another set. Yeah, I think that's gonna be, that'll be good. All right, so we have 64 gearboxes. That's awesome. Okay, so that gives us 64 andesite casings. We have our gearboxes. We might need to make another set of, yeah, we're gonna have to make another set of cogs, because that's not going to be enough. All right, so there we have our cogs. So now we need to make our water wheels. So that's a water wheel. It's going to require lead. So we're going to have to count this out. We have to have the kinetic blueprint. So we got the kinetic blueprint. We're going to need a lot of lead. Okay. So we're going to need these fire logs. We have actually a whole bunch of those, so it should be fine. Okay. So I got to count this out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's one set. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another 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 set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's another set. Looks good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 sets of water wheels. It's not bad. It's a good start. And then we want to make them large water wheels. So that's even more. That's even more. I'm going to put this up for right now. Get out some more of these and convert these real quick. Okay, so we have all of our water wheels done. So we are, at the moment, right now, ready to go do some building. So You got to get your wrench out, right? This is your create wrench. Your create wrench allows you to manipulate the blocks. Got to keep an eye on the strawberries. It's like the only crop that I really have to keep on top of. All right. So, I am forgetting something. What am I forgetting? We're forgetting water. We have to have water. We have to have a source of water down there to pull from. So, get 2 of our buckets. And we'll come out here and we'll fill these up. Alright, so we can make an infinite source down there. And we'll put this andesite alloy up for right this very second. We don't need the casings right now. We do need that. We do need this, but we don't need it right now. We're going to need shafts right now. We're going to need that, and we're going to need some blocks. Because we don't want it to look like ass, right? So let's make sure that it doesn't. I want to use this cut granite because, to be honest, we have tons of granite. Literally eking out of our ears. We have so much granite. So, we'll use granite. Alright. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Maybe one more stack. One more stack. Yeah, let's do one more stack. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, so let's talk about this stuff while we're going. So the reason why we made water wheels is because create devices require power. Okay, just think of it like electricity, right? You can't turn your light on unless the electricity is going to the bulb, right? Okay, now I want you to back away from that a little bit. So you look at the light bulb, you look at the wire that's going into the socket, okay? The wire is taking electricity from the socket. Where does the electricity come from? It goes through wires, right, to the electric company. The company produces the electricity. Well, how do they produce the electricity? Well, electricity can be produced in lots of different ways, right? You can use the power of water turning a wheel, right? You can have nuclear power. You can have coal power, right? Steam. So, lots of different things can generate electricity, right? Okay, well, this is the same as electricity, only a little bit different. So, we're going to be producing power with rotational force. So, it's kind of like with a water wheel, right? Which is what we're going to be using, incidentally. So, we're going to have to put down the initial one. Because I have to line it up and make sure that it's the right height and all that goobly gob. Alright, so there's our first water wheel. You see it? So this water wheel, we're going to talk about it for a second. We're going to talk about how to make it turn. Okay? So we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. All right. This is just for demonstrational purposes, okay? This isn't the way we're going to have this set up. So we have our water wheel, right? If I apply water to the water wheel up here, right? So let's say I put a block right here for funsies, okay? And I put a block right there. And I put a rock right there. And then I take this water and I put the water right here. The water is going to flow over the water wheel and it's going to make the water wheel turn just like that. See that? It turns. The water goes all the way through here, making it turn all the way around, right? See that? Pretty cool, right? So now we've just produced rotational force, meaning this is rotating around. See that? Now if I put a shaft on this thing, right, and I take out a gearbox and I put the gearbox on there, right, and we hook this up to a big old cog, see that? Now the cog is what? It's turning. You notice how the cog is turning in a different direction from the water wheel. Well, why is that? It's because gearboxes flip the rotation. It's very important to understand that, because we're going to utilize that mechanic in a lot of different places. So if I remove this gearbox like that, and I just put a regular old shaft, now this cog is moving in sequence with the large water wheel. So the gearboxes actually do flip the rotation. That's all they do, though. They don't allow you, they don't make it speed up or anything like that. They only have the ability to flip the rotation. Most of the time that doesn't really matter, but sometimes you want it to do that. Okay, so let's just say we want this, because this is going really slow. See how slow this is going? Well, we don't want it to go that slow. I mean, if we hooked a machine up to this, let's just say that you have a blender, right? Just like you have in your kitchen, more than likely. Well, let's just say you have a blender. If you hooked a blender up to this, how fast would the blender wheel be going? Not very fast. So that's not very useful, is it? So we want to actually make this go faster. Now you notice how this gear has these little notches, right? If I attach a smaller gear to this large gear, it makes the smaller gear go faster than the large gear. You see that? Because this has more surface area and this has less surface area. So this is actually going to go faster. All right, well, what if I put a large gear on top of that? So now this gear is attached to that small gear. And this large gear is going as fast as that small gear. You can see the difference. Look how slow the large gear is going. And then look at how fast this large gear is going. You see that? So if I take a small gear and put it on top of this big gear, oh dear, now we're going even faster. You see that? Okay, so let's talk about something real quick. As you can see, you can make the rotation go faster, but it has a price. When you do that, it causes stress, right? Stress on your system. So you can't see it, but this water wheel actually has a maximum amount of stress that it can support. So not only do you have your rotational force, but you also have how much stress a system can have. A system is your power connected to all your different contraptions. That's your system. Just like your computer or your phone. Your phone is a system. So is your computer. If you go and play a very heavy taxing game on your computer or your phone, what happens? Well, your graphics card gets hotter and the fans have to work harder to keep it cool, you know, and a lot of things are going on. That's stress on your system, right? It's the same with this. So what happens if you produce too much stress? Well, we're going to find out. So I'm going to keep ratioing this up. That's what it's called, by the way. Ratioing. It's when you go from slow to fast with gears. So we're going to ratio this up until it freaks out because it gets overstressed. It should happen, hopefully. We'll see. But we're just going to keep doing this until it happens. Now this one little water wheel can only support so much stress, right? And then it's going to be like, ah, I can't go any further. Look at how fast it's going now. That's pretty spiff. Oh, what happened? I tried to put that on there and it won't let me. How come? Because it's too much stress. If I put that gear on there, it wouldn't be able to handle it. The system is too stressed. Okay? Now, yes, I realize that this is insane and there's like, it's ugly, right? This was just a demonstration. So let's try it again. Boof. It destroyed it instantly with a little puff of smoke. You see that? A little puff of smoke. That's because it's saying, oh no, you're going too fast. It's too stressed. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and bang this stuff out. Alrighty then. So now you understand rotational force and you understand stress. And if you're still a little unsure, you can always back the video up and play it again until you grasp what I'm saying. Because I know it's complicated. It is complicated. But if you just wrap your head around it a little bit, it's really not that bad. All right then. So we have our first water wheel, which is excellent. That's exactly what we want. But we want more than that, right? We want more. So we're going to put more water wheels on this. You can only do them in sets of 4. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then you're going to take your shaft and you're going to put it right there. Okay? Get out your granite. And we're going to do this. This is building the housing for our water wheel. And we also have to bring this over. Okay? All right. Bring this up like that. And then like that, and like that, and then like that. There. That's pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and make our infinite water source real quick. That way we don't forget, because we're going to need it. So we got one there and one there. This is just temporary. We're not going to need it forever, okay? All right, so stick this in the backpack. So this is one completed water wheel. This is one completed. So you can only have 4 in a row. So now we're going to make another one. It's really important that you put torches, okay? Because we are actually underground and I don't want spawn. So I don't want spawn. You don't want spawn. We could bring lamps down here eventually, but for right now we just need to make sure we have some torches up. All right. All right. So now what happens if we put water on this and then we put another water wheel? Well, sometimes the system will get freaky and it will break because it thinks it's going in the wrong direction. That's why it's very important that you don't start the water wheels going until you have all the water wheels set. And if later on you want to add water wheels, you probably should either stop the water wheels from turning by taking the water out. There are ways around the bug, but other than that, but it's sometimes it just doesn't work. So I just would suggest you stopping the water wheels. Okie dokies. And we're basically just repeating what we just did, right? We're just repeating it. And we can go get some more granite if we need it. Oh, we're going to need to come over here and put this down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Now, why do we put this here? Can any of you guys answer that? I'll give you a moment to think about it. Why do we put these blocks here? If any of you answered, because we don't want the water going down the back of the water wheel, you are 100% correct. By putting those blocks right there, when we put the water here, it forces the water to go over the front of the water wheel because we want the water wheel to turn that way. The water wheel wouldn't be very effective if it had water going that way and that way, right? We want it to go one way because we're wanting it to rotate. All right. So we'll put this right here. And yeah, that looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good. All right, so now we need a shaft. Just like that. Take out that torch and put our next set of water wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can put the shaft now, or you can build the wall first. It doesn't really matter. Either way works fine. Just like that. And we want our torch and our other torch. We're doing amazing. We're doing amazing. Remove that one. Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. If any of you said, "Oh, but you didn't put the one on the back of it," you're right. We didn't. We need to do that, right? Otherwise, it's not going to work, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. All right, we got one more to go. Oh no, actually, we got more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have quite a few. We have 2 more to go. All right. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to have to go get some more blocks, right? I don't think we have enough. And we'll put our torch. Put that torch, bang that out. Oh, we just rolled into midsummer. Put that there. Come back down. Stick this across. Just like that. Looking good, looking good. We're looking good. Oh, yeah, we're not going to have enough. We'll have to go get some more. Let's go do that real quick. I'll be back in a second. Okay, guys, I am back. Only took me half a second. 1, 2, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and we need our torch right there. And we're going to have to come over here and make sure I did that one. Yeah, I did that one. One. No, 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 no. 2, 3, 4. There. Stick our torch right there. And that right there. Put this across just like that. And we have one more to do. So get our shaft. Plunk that down right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. I think we just overrode a torch. Yeah, we did. There. Okay. And we're going to do this. Just like that. And we did one too many. There we go. And bang that one out. Put these down. And this should leave plenty of room for the boiler once we get the stuff for that. So that would be awesome. We gotta make some blaze burners and go capture some blazes for that to work. Alright, so we got that done. Let's go ahead and put the blocks back in here. And let's get out our water. And we got to get this party started. Now there's 1. And there's 2. And there's 3 and 4. And put that block down. And that's a going. One, 2. Oh, gonna have to remove that one. 3, 4. Looking good. Put that right there. Like that and like that. Got this right there. There and there. Almost done. There and there. So a lot of you would say, oh, well, why don't you just go straight for the boiler? I mean, we totally could, but getting the boiler started without any power is like, yeah, that's kind of hard to do. Having a solid power foundation is preferable before you get that kind of stuff started. Besides, we're not quite ready yet to go venturing around in the nether, I don't think. Alright, there we go. We got our water wheels jiving, and now we are producing rotational force, which is awesome. Looks good, right? Okay, we no longer need this pool of water. So what we're going to do is grab some water out of it, stick these in our backpack over here, and then we're going to cover it up because we don't need it now. All right. Very nice. So we have all this power. Now what? Well, first thing we want to do is ratio it up, right? Because we want it to go faster than this. This is not good. We need it to go faster. So we're going to do that first. Shouldn't take but a minute to get this rocking. I really wanted to take up as little room as possible, so if I use this, now that's going to take up the space. I don't want that. It is just a big problem, the amount of space ratioing takes up. Can't really do anything about it either. No, that's not going to work. We're going to have to skip a beat. Skip a beat. Put that right there. And then put this right there. That's a pretty good clip it's going at right now. I think maybe that might be good. I mean, it's not super slow, but it's not too fast. So we could probably just use that. So we want to take this and go straight up. So did you see what I did? I took a gearbox and that turns it into a vertical gearbox. You see that? So we want this to go all the way up to the ceiling. And then we want this right there. Oh, shoot. He needs to be a vertical. There we go. All right. So let's take this. And we're going to go all the way to the wall. I don't know if I want to go all the way to the wall. Maybe right there would be good. And then we just take a regular gearbox, put him right there, because we're going to do a turn. And we're going to bring him all the way up to where we're going to be building our machines. All the way this way. We're going to need some more shafts. We're going to run all the way to the wall because all the machines are going to go in this little corner right here. So we're going to need another gearbox right here. Give it a turn. And then go that way. So we have all this room right here that we can put our machines. Which is pretty nice. Oh, right. So we don't actually have any machines yet, now do we? But I think that is going to be in the next episode. Because this episode, I think, is done. And what I want to keep these create episodes short, sweet, and to the point. Because I don't want to... I know that a lot of people that are watching this are not into playing tech packs and stuff, so that you don't really know how to use Create. So I want to do it in small doses. That way you'll have an easier time on how to understand it. So I think we're going to stop it here. So we covered, just a recap, we covered the basic bits of Create and how to make them. We covered Waterwheels. We covered rotational force, and we covered stress. And we covered how to ratio up your rotational force and the ramifications for doing so. All right, I think that's really good. The one thing we didn't talk about is what's the difference between the big wheel and the big water wheel and the little water wheel. Well, it's very simple. The little water wheel produces less rotational force and produces less stress capacity. So if you're going to do them, you should probably do the large water wheel. All right. All right, guys, I think that's going to be just about it for this episode. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. And I hope this was an easy introduction to the Create mod. In the next episode, we are going to be building some basic Create machines, and I'm going to be showing you how to use them. All right? Okay, I will catch you in the next episode. You guys take care, all right? Toodles!